Hey friends, welcome to your yoga practice. We are going to do a practice today that will work whether you are a brand new beginner or if you are more experienced. I'm going to give you lots of levels, lots of options as we go through. The most important thing to know, this is your practice. So you listen to your body first, you listen to me second. All that you need to do is feel good at the end of this. So remember, if you like this practice, you can become a pay what you can member of Blue Mala. So with that, you get live yoga classes with me every week, live meditation classes. We have office hours where we just hang out together. It is such a wonderful community. So I hope you will think about joining me. Let's get started with this practice. Take a seat. You can sit however is most comfortable for you. You can cross legs, have legs out straight, hips on heels, whatever works. Drop the shoulders, close those eyes, and just let the mind catch up with the body here. Your body is on the mat. Maybe your mind is still whatever you were doing earlier today, last week, 10 years ago. Let the mind catch up to just this present moment. Deepen the breath. Soften the jaw. Deepen each inhale and each exhale. Notice your posture. So you're sitting up tall, but let those shoulders drop down. No need to suck the belly in. Let it just move with each breath. Good. Take one more deep breath in here. Open the mouth and sigh that out. Great job. Release the hands next to your body on the mat. Take a deep breath in, reach those arms up, gaze up, fingertips touch, and exhale, have the hands come down through heart center. Good, let's do that again. Reach down, out, up, get really tall here. And exhale, hands to heart center one more time. Breathe in, reach up. And exhale, hands to heart. Good. Keep those hands right there and interlace those fingers. Nice. So first, send those palms forward and then reach them up. Good. You're going to take those hands side to side, just slowly moving through center, getting taller, and then going to the other side. So we're just warming up the side body here. Back through center. One more time to each side. Good. Release that. Bring those hands down so those fingers are still interlaced. You're going to take them into this figure 8 shape. So in yoga, we tend to spend a lot of time in tabletop pose, downward dog, and it's easy to have some wrist issues. So warming up the wrists like this. Now take the figure 8 in the opposite direction. I'm always shocked at how hard that is. We spend a lot of time potentially typing on our phones, things like that, and so warming up the wrists is a great thing to do. Good, release that, shake it out. Nice, let's start with that right hand, gentle press with the left fingertips, and work to straighten that right elbow. Keep those shoulders down. Nice, release that other side, left palm up, right hand presses gently, and then work to get that left elbow straight. Good, breathe in. And let that go, shake those wrists out. Nice, let's come over into that tabletop pose. So coming into tabletop, you're gonna spread your fingers wide and press them into the mat. Wrists are right underneath the shoulders. Knees are right underneath the hips. And then keep the feet flat. So the tops of the feet are flat on the mat. We're gonna do a couple rounds of cat-cow here. Dropping belly down, gaze up, tailbone up, inhale. And then exhale, drop that head down, push those shoulder blades up to the sky. Good. Again, belly goes down, gaze goes up on the inhale. And then exhale, reverse that. Nice. Good. So here we're going to go into downward facing dog. So you may want to move the hands a little further away from the knees. You're going to tuck the toes under. Take a deep breath in here. And then on the exhale, hips come up and back. So this is downward facing dog. You can bend one knee, straighten the other if you want to. Walk out your dog, maybe get a little bit more stretch into the backs of those legs. Good. And then hold right here. So you can have as much bend in those knees as you would like. Slight bend in those elbows. Hips are high. Press the chest back towards the thighs. So you can either hold right here, or if you want to challenge your balance a little bit, take that right hand, see if you can reach underneath you and reach for that left leg. A little tap on wherever you can reach. Good. Bring that right hand down. Engage through the core. See if you can do that with the left hand. Reach it back wherever you can reach on that right leg. And then come back. Good. One more time on each side. Right hand reaches back for the left. Put it back. And then left hand reaches back for the right. Good. Some strengthening for those shoulders there. Some core work. Both hands down. Press that chest back towards the thighs. One more time. Deep breath in. And then bend those knees up and slowly walk up to the top of the mat. Bend the knees as much as you would like here and take a forward fold. So this is ragdoll. Hands can interlace into opposite elbows. You can sway side to side, whatever you like. Good. Release those hands down, bend those knees, and slowly roll all the way up to standing. Good. Roll those shoulders down the back, palms face forward. Find mountain pose here. So you're stacking the body, hips over heels, shoulders over hips, crown of the head reaches up, palms face forward, shoulders drop down. Just take a breath here. Maybe you want to bring hands to heart center. Maybe you want to set an intention or just take a moment of gratitude here. Good. Breathe in. Breathe out. Good. Release those hands, palms face forward. So let's do a little flow here. Take a deep breath in, reach those arms up, gaze goes up. Exhale, fold forward, all the way down, bending up the knees if you would like. Come to that halfway lift, long spine, hands to the legs. And then fold all the way down, hands to the mat, step both feet back. So you're gonna come into tall plank. So tall plank you can do here on the toes, or you can drop down those knees and do it here. Whatever it is you need today, engage the core. Back of the neck is long, so you're gazing down at the top of the mat. Good. Keep that breath smooth. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Drop the knees if they were lifted. Elbows bend. Slowly, slowly bring the heart to the mat. Good. And then peel that heart up. Baby cobra, roll those shoulders down the back, squeeze the bum, press the tops of the feet into the mat, and then release down, push back. You can go through table or tuck the toes and go directly to downward facing dog. So breathe here. Good. Press all 10 fingers into the mat. Remember, you can have that bend in the knees if you'd like. You really are trying to get length through the spine here. Does not matter if those knees are straight. Good. Hips are high. Push that chest back towards the thighs. Deep breath in. And exhale, bend those knees. Walk up to the top of the mat. Come to that halfway lift, long spine. And then fold all the way down. Bend those knees a little bit and reach all the way up here. Take a little back bend. Thumbs reach behind you. Push those hips forward. Breathe. Reach out of the waist. 3, 2, 1. Come forward. Drop those hands down. Palms face forward. Or maybe one hand to heart, one hand to belly. So just feel for the sensation of your own heartbeat here. Can you feel circulation in the body? Can you feel warmth, coolness? Where can you find a little bit more ease in this moment? Good, deep breath here. And let that go. Nice job. So release those hands down. We're going to step to the back of the mat now. So we're going to work on some balancing. So balancing is always a challenge, not just for the body, but for the mind and the ego, quite honestly. So I love working on balance because it very much keeps me in check. So we're going to start at the back of the mat and we're going to step forward with that right foot. Now I'm going to say that you are welcome to be close to a wall, a chair, a table, anything you would like to have a hand on for stability. It's not cheating, it's just going to help you get a little bit deeper into the posture if you want to feel that bit of grounding sensation. So set yourself up as feels right for you today. And then we're going to take that step forward with the right foot. So right foot forward, coming up on those left toes. So hands can be on the hips. You can be holding on to something here, lifting through the heart, and then see what happens if you just draw that chest down a little bit and draw that left foot up a little bit. So maybe you're just playing with drawing the toes up off the mat. Maybe you want to release those hands to heart center, maybe out to the sides, and pivot the entire body down. So whatever works for you to challenge that balance. So working to keep shoulders and hips square down towards the mat. The back of the neck is long. You've got a slight bend in that standing leg. Good. Keep breathing here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Bend up that left knee and see if you can draw it forward. Gently, gently keeping that balance. Maybe those arms are out to help you with stability. Good. That bent knee out in front of you. Hold here. Set the gaze in one spot and breathe. 3, 2, 1. Draw that foot down. Good. Mountain pose, palms face forward. So just notice what's happening in the mind right now. Notice what's happening if you're telling yourself a story, if the ego is getting involved. Can it just all be okay, whatever that was? Breathe in and breathe out. Awesome job. Let's do it again on the other side. So starting at the back of the mat. So again, arrange yourself if you want to have something to hold. Stepping forward with the left foot this time, grounding through the left, right toes back. And then you're playing with it. So maybe toes just come off the mat a little bit. You can always put them down, reset, and try again. Hands to heart center, arms out like airplane wings. You can pivot down. So find what works for you on this side. Generally, we are uneven. Maybe you feel like your balance is better on one side than the other. It's totally fine. Good. Think about keeping those hips square down towards the mat, so you don't want to roll that right hip open. And focus on that breath. Back of the neck is long. Slight bend in that standing knee. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Bend up that right knee slowly, slowly. Moving towards bringing it up at 90 degrees. Core is engaged here. Maybe bringing those hands to heart center. Spine is long. Embrace that wobble, that instability. One more breath. And draw that right foot down. Find mountain. Find that gratitude for how much easier it is to stand on 2 legs. And then connect with that breath. Find sensation in the body. Find the connection between the feet and the mat. Find the lift through the crown of the head up towards the sky. One more deep breath here. And a long exhale. Excellent job. Let's come down onto the mat. So taking a seat, knees are bent to start. You can bring your hands behind you. We're just going to let those knees fall from one side to the other. So letting those legs go side to side, we're doing a little work for the hips here. And then next time they fall towards the right, let them stay there. So letting those legs land in this 90-90 position and sitting up tall. So you might want to stay right here. This might be a good stretch for you. I can really feel this in the outside of my left hip. So this might be good for you. Or you might want to play with what happens if you fold forward. So fold forward over that front leg. If you have full pigeon in your practice, you are welcome to extend that back leg, rolling over onto that thigh, coming into pigeon pose. If that seems absurd for you today, don't worry about it. Finding what feels best in your body. No ego. Relaxing through the jaw here. So finding that place that is perhaps kind of uncomfortable. Not pain, that's not what we're going for, but we are reminding ourselves that we can handle discomfort. With that challenge comes change. On your next exhale, Slowly coming out of whatever version of this you were doing, and then drawing those knees up and coming to the other side. So again, finding what works for you here, settling into this 90-90 position, maybe sitting up tall here is where you feel that challenge, that sort of spicy stretch where you want to stay. And then maybe folding forward here feels good. Again, if full pigeon is in your practice, you can straighten that back leg rolling over onto that thigh. And if you find this challenging, good. I don't know where sometimes we get this idea that yoga is supposed to be easy or we're supposed to be really good at it even if we're beginners. I've been practicing almost every day, most days, for like the past 14 years. I still consider myself a beginner. Good, take a deep breath in here. And slowly, slowly make your way up. Coming out of this. Good, bring those legs out long. Taking a moment here in staff pose. So sitting tall here. If it feels rough on the low back to have the legs out straight, feel free to bend them up. And just take a moment sitting tall here. Good, deep breath in. And a long exhale. Good. From here, if you would like to lift those arms up, maybe take a slight fold forward. Again, if this gives you pain in that low back, bend up those knees and then just don't come forward. If it hurts, don't do it. It's kind of ridiculously simple advice, but very true. If you can do this and feel that stretch in the backs of the legs, that's what we want. So hinging forward, keeping that chest lifted. Good, relax that jaw. Deep breath in. And long exhale brings you back up. Awesome job. Lie down on your back. Good. So those knees are going to come into this tabletop pose. So knees are over the hips, making this sort of 90-degree angle. And you're going to press that low back into the mat. So taking out any space between the low back and the mat. And then press those hands on the knees, right where they meet the thighs. So you're going to press those knees, press those legs away, but don't let those legs move. So you'll feel those core muscles turn on. If you want to make this more challenging, you can lift the head and shoulders off the mat. So keep pressing and resisting at the same time. Keep pressing that low back into the mat. Feel those abdominals turn on. Feel that shake. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome job. Bring those knees into the chest. Give them a squeeze. Good job. Release those arms out to the sides and then let both knees fall over to the right. So we're getting a spinal twist here. If you want to look left, you can get that spine twist all the way up through the neck. And then just feel that heart rate coming down. Feel that breath slowing a little bit. Good. Bring those knees in and take them over to the other side. Gaze goes right. So yoga is all about connecting to the breath and connecting to the body. And the reason we do these postures is to make that more difficult. Good. Bring those knees into the chest. Give it one more hug. Good. And now take whatever final movements you might need before we take our resting pose, Shavasana. So sometimes it feels good to bring the legs straight up for an inversion. Maybe you want another twist, maybe a hip opener like figure 4. Whatever you might need to feel complete. And when you are ready to rest, get as comfortable as you can be. So that might mean lying on your back, on your side. You might prefer to sit. So let the body rest fully. Connect with that body, connect with that breath. The yoga postures are supposed to be challenging. They are supposed to make it harder for you to stay connected. We practice that on the mat so that when we get out in the real world and we are faced with all kinds of much more intense obstacles than a challenging yoga posture, we have practiced staying connected to this present moment so that we can better handle whatever comes up in our real life. That's why we come to the mat. It's not to be more bendy. It's not to be stronger. It's not to have better balance. It's so that we can better deal with the challenges in our daily life because we practiced here. So if you find your mind wandering, it's totally okay. Just see if you can bring it back and focus on this next inhale. And then this next exhale. If you have the space in your day to stay in Shavasana a little longer, please do that. If you need to move on, maybe taking a little gentle stretch, maybe slowly making your way up to a seated position, resting the hands in the lap or maybe drawing hands to heart center in Anjali Mudra. If you set an intention or a moment of gratitude earlier, you might want to return to that. Just integrating that into the rest of your day, the rest of your week. Take a deep breath in and a long exhale. Thank you so much for coming to the mat today. As always, it is an honor for me to lead you through your practice. May you be well, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and live with peace. Let's do this again soon. Namaste. For more meditation and yoga, check out bluemala.com.